Guys, welcome to another brand new video. I am Aditya, and in this video guys we'll be learning about data types and variables. So guys, right now you might be a little bit confused that I have told that we'll be learning even .NET framework, right? But I won't be covering this right now in the beginning of this course because few of might be totally beginners and few of might be programmers from other language, and for beginners it might be a little bit difficult to understand the .NET framework just in the beginning of this course because it covers concepts which are a little bit complex to understand if you're a beginner. When I was a beginner and trying to learn .NET framework, I wasn't getting things in my head. So that's why I thought, let me teach them first the basics and have a strong grip about the basics of C# or any other programming language. It is almost the same, so that's why let them have a strong foundation of basics of a programming language, and then it would be easy for them to actually understand how .NET framework works. If you're already a programmer, you can go to the video where I explain .NET framework. In the future maybe I will upload it, and if you're from the future then you can just go to the video which is there in my playlist and you can watch there. So without wasting time, let's get in the video. So guys, here I have the same project which we were using when the setup time, so I have just changed some code. So as I have told, we'll be learning about data types and variables. So first let us cover what a data type is. So a data type is a type of data, as the name says, it is a type of data. So the type of data can be in different types, that is like int data type, Boolean data type, double data type, string data type. So now it might be a little bit confusing for you about what all these data types are. First let us know about what int data type is. Int is nothing but an integer. In maths you have integers, right, which can have positive values, negative values, including 0. So that's nothing but an integer value. It can hold numbers. And the second one is double. Double is a data type which can store decimal values. So a decimal value is just like fractional values. In maths you have 0.0, just like pi, you can store the decimal value inside a double. And coming to string, a string is just a piece of text. So a piece of text, like just like your name, your article, all these things are text, right? A paragraph, a story, all these things are strings. A name, an address, so these all are strings, so they'll come under that. And now Boolean data type. A Boolean data type is something which can only store two values, and those two are true or false. So it can either store true or false. It can't store both of them at the same time, then it is nothing, it is useless you having this data type. It can only store one, that is true or false. So let us see the first data type. I'm going to show you the Bool data type first. So here I've already written this. So this is Bool, my Bool. So this is how we declare it. Bool, my Bool equals true. Now what exactly is this my Bool you're seeing over here? So there's nothing but a variable. You can think it as a container, a box of container. So this container is holding a value that is true. So in memory, whenever C# program is run, a container is specified or arranged in the memory for storing this true value. It is for any data type, and that container can only hold values or can only store contents with true or false. So it cannot store an integer. The container is only restricted to have only Boolean values. There is a way that we can store any type of value inside a container, specific container, but we won't be covering that now. That is also called as dynamic programming. If you take Python, a variable can have multiple types of data. You can change it in the future, whereas once you declare it as Bool over here in C#, you can actually not have other data types included in that, but C# does allow that, but we'll be not covering it right now. First let us understand how this works. So first I'm declaring, so first I'm mentioning the data type over here. Second, I am giving it a name of the container or name of the storage in the memory, and here I'm giving what value to be stored inside that storage. So I'm saying to store true. I can even change it to false also. I can even store false there. So these Boolean values are widely used in conditional statements, so we'll be learning about them also, don't worry. So here first we have declared a variable with of data type Bool, and we have stored inside that true. And the next line we are printing it. So we are printing my Bool, and the shorthand way, actually you write console.writeLine. So here writeLine, so as you can see, write line, and press, keep these square brackets and enter the semicolon, and here you can write my Bool. Now this is actually a large text to write, right? So VS Code provides us a shortcut key that's CW. When you write CW, it will give a system console.write line, which is much more fast and easy. So you can use that, and you can even use the same way as we have told. So I'll just change it to true. So now let's run this program. To run this program, I'll use the shortcut key Control F5. If you go over here, you can see when I hover over run, here run without debugging, it is Control F5. So I'll just press Control F5. First, it will start building the file. And here, as you can see, it has printed the data type as true. So here we have set the value as true, and it has printed it as true. So yeah, here it is. Now let me just close this window, and even close this. And let us add false over here, false, false. And let's go over here, run this program, or yeah, directly over here. Actually, you can even run it from the terminal, but I suggested you use this run.debug, which is more kind of systematic, easiest way, but it may sometimes take some time. Now guys, as you can see, it has changed it to false, as I have changed even in the variable that it is false. So I have changed it to false, and here it has changed it to false, as you can see. Now let me just close this window again over here. So this is actually a problem while explaining with an external console. So now actually we are not using any input, but when we are using input, I need to use an external console. VS Code doesn't allow taking input via the internal console or the debug console. Now let us check another data type. So I'll just make another one called as int, and my int equals some number. 781. I have just entered some random number, and here I'll just type CW and my int. So this simple statement. Now let's run this program again. I'm getting used to open the terminal, because even for other programming languages, I use the terminal actually for running. So guys, here as you can see, it has printed both the integer value and the Boolean value. So it is depending on this. First we have set to print the integer value, and second we have set to print the Bool value. Now we can even use same way to actually create more data types, that is double. So I can just write double, my double. You can give any name. You are not restricted to using only what I write. You can use any name. I write 3.1417 something. I don't remember the 5. I just remember 3.14. And now let us even create a variable of string. So string, and actually you use capital. So string, string, my string equals, and I keep it in brackets, ADITYA, so my name, and here end it with a semicolon. And notice that every statement actually ends with a semicolon. There are places where you should not use semicolon, and there are places where you should use semicolon, and right now we must use semicolon. And now let's run this program again. So I'll just close the previous one, Control F5, and it should again start building the file and again printing it. So actually, yeah, we have not actually written CW, so I'll just close it, and here CW my double, and here another line CW my string. Let us run the program by using the shortcut key Control F5, and actually it is running. I'll just close this previous one, and now Control F5 should start building it. And as you can see guys, we have got all of the data types. So here first an integer data type, false, that is Boolean data type, and a decimal value, and then a string value. Now let us change my string value to an integer value. Let's see what happens. Do we get an error? So yeah, we can see that cannot implicitly convert into to string. So it throws up an error. It is only restricted to using strings. So I can just write like this, and it won't show up any error. So guys, that was about the basics of the 4 basic data types in this C# programming language, and there are actually a lot of data types which we need to cover and which are more interesting. So for this video, only the basic stuff for beginners, especially if you're watching this programming video, even if you're from other programming languages, great guys, you're kind of revising all the things again and again. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you like this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon guys, so that you never miss any updates. So see you in the next video.